In this video, I'll discuss the life and journey of Arya Stark and what might happen with her in season 8. So stay tuned for that. Hello everyone, welcome to Ultimate Book Maniacs, your one stop for book and TV series reviews. I've already discussed Bran and Sansa's journey and prediction videos last year. In this video, I'll discuss my most favorite character in this series. I will not discuss any spoilers in this video. So if you want to discuss any spoilers, make sure to put spoiler alert in your comment before talking about them. I'll post another Game of Thrones video next Saturday at 7 p.m. IST or at 9:30 a.m. EST. So make sure to subscribe this channel and also click on the bell icon to get notifications from my channel. You can also help my channel grow by joining me on Patreon at patreon.com/ultimatebookmaniacs. And I want to thank you ARYA'S for contributing to my channel. Ever since the beginning of this series, Arya has been a badass character. According to Ned, she had the wolf's blood in her. I'll read his lines from the books. Ah, Arya, you have a wildness in you, child. The wolf blood, my father used to call it. Lyanna had a touch of it, and my brother Brandon, more than a touch. It brought them both to an early grave. Lyanna might have carried a sword if my lord father had allowed it. You remind me of her sometimes. You even look like her. As you can see, Ned thinks that Lyanna would have liked to carry a sword if she was allowed to do it. And that's probably the reason why he allowed Arya to keep Needle and appointed Syrio to train her. So Arya got her first proper training because of Lyanna, which ended up saving her life. Arya had never wanted to become a lady. She hated needlework and would rather practice with Bran and Jon in the yard. That's why Jon gives her a sword and she names it Needle. I'll read Kat's lines from the books. And Arya? Well, Ned's visitor would oft mistake her for a stable boy if they rode into the yard unannounced. Arya was a trial, it must be said, half a boy, half a wolf pup. Forbid her anything, and it became her heart's desire. She had Ned's long face and brown hair that always looked as though a bird had been nesting in it. I despaired of ever making a lady of her. She collected scabs as other girls collected dolls and would say anything that came into her head. Even though Kat didn't like that Arya was often mistaken for a boy, it eventually ended up saving her life on many occasions. She was able to become Arya to escape King's Landing and travel safely on the King's Road because of this. And as Kat had said, Arya had never been afraid to speak her mind. She had always been stubborn and brave. When Joffrey had hurt her friend Micah, she had attacked him and threw his sword into the river. She didn't hesitate to call the prince a liar in front of King Robert and even tried to argue with him to protect Lady. When Ned was going to be executed, she fought her way through the crowd to protect Ned before Yoren had stopped her. But despite her bravery, it seems like people around her die a lot. That's probably what the ghost of High Heart was talking about. I'll read her lines from the books. I see you, she whispered. I see you, wolf child, blood child. I thought it was the Lord who smelled of death. She began to sob, her little body shaking. You are cruel to come to my hill. Cruel. I gorged on grief at Summer Hall. I need none of yours. Be gone from here, dark heart. Be gone. There was such fear in her voice that Arya took a step backward, wondering if the woman was mad. This is the paragraph which gives me a pause. We know her prophetic dreams always come true. According to Thoros, the werewolves whisper in her ear when she sleeps. I discussed in my Bran's journey video how Bran was the only one who could whisper through the werewolves to people like Ned, Theon, etc. in the books. Not even Brynden Rivers could do that. And we know Bran can see the future, so it's possible that either it's the current Bran who whispered to the ghost of High Heart about the future events, or it was the future Bran looking in the past who told her about them, as he did in the books, and he affected Hodor in the show too. The ghost of High Heart saw both the purple wedding and the red wedding, and Sansa slaying a giant in a snow castle, which, as I predicted in my Sansa's journey video, turned out to be Littlefinger. But what did she mean by Arya smelling more of death than even Beric Dondarrion? Beric had been an outlaw and a knight before that. At this point in the story, he has killed more people than Arya, but the ghost of High Heart wasn't scared of him. She was scared of Arya. She called her the Dark Heart. Similarly, in the show, Melisandre seems scared of Arya too, but Arya has shown a kind heart from time to time. So why do you think they were afraid of her? I have a theory about that, which I'll discuss in my next Gods of Westeros video. Another thing I noticed was that, just like Lyanna, her son Jon also saved Arya's life indirectly by giving Arya her sword Needle. She killed a stable boy with Needle to escape the Red Keep. That was her first kill. She later killed more characters with Needle like Polliver, the Waif, etc. Now she is one of the best warriors to help fight in the Great War. It seems like all the links are connected somehow. We are just looking at it too closely to see the whole picture. What do you think? Anyways, I think the reason Arya smelled so much of death was because the people she came to know seemed to die soon. I know what you are going to say, that this is Game of Thrones and a lot of characters die around many main characters. That's true, but they weren't the ones who were called Dark Heart or scared the ghost of High Heart and Melisandre. And they didn't come as close to the people as Arya did with those who died, unless she was the one who caused their deaths. First Micah, then Jory Castle and the Northerners, then Syrio Forel, Septa Morden and her father. On her way to the north, Yoren and her friend Lomi died too. At Harrenhal, she had Jaqen H'ghar kill 2 men and then caused the death of many Lannister soldiers in the show in trying to escape Harrenhal. In the books, she caused the death of many Lannister soldiers with her weasel soup before Roose Bolton took over. And then she herself killed a Bolton guard in trying to escape Harrenhal. When she reached the twins, the Red Wedding happened, where along with Robb and Cat, many Northern soldiers died. She killed some more men during her time with the Hound, like those Freymen, Polliver, etc. And then she left the Hound to die before she went to Braavos. In Braavos, she killed Meryn Trant in the show. In the books, she killed Daron, Rafford and a merchant in Braavos. Then in the show, Lady Crane died before she killed the Waif and returned to Westeros. And after reaching Westeros, the first thing she did was kill all the Freymen. Well, you get my point. It seems like death follows her around. And now Arya has reached Winterfell and the Night King has crossed the wall. I'm scared for the people in Winterfell and the North. I know she is a great warrior. I think she will try to train the new recruits and will probably help save many lives in Season 8. We know it's inevitable that many people will die because the long night has come again. But as I had discussed in my Who is the Real Threat video, this time the Westerosi have 3 advantages the first men didn't have. And along with those advantages, they also have the 3 heads of the dragon, aka Azor Ahai, the prince that was promised, and the last hero. Even the first men were able to survive the long night, so there is a good chance that this time they will be able to defeat the White Walkers for good. I'll put the link to that video in the cards and in the descriptions below in case you wanna check it out. In my Sansa's Fate in the Finale video, I compared some storylines between Sansa and Lyanna, but personality-wise, we all know it was Arya who took after her aunt. Out of all her siblings, Arya was closest to Lyanna's son, Jon. Maybe on some subconscious level, He recognized his mother's personality in Arya. Everyone says that Liana and Arya were a lot alike. Once John finds out about his parentage, I think it will be easier for him to imagine his mother since he knew Arya better than anyone else. John and Arya's reunion is the one I'm most looking forward to in season 8. What about you? Anyways, I feel like Sansa and Arya's arcs are opposite of each other. Sansa used to be a scared little girl and a proper lady. She used to consider her words well before she said anything. Arya, on the other hand, as mentioned in Catelyn's thoughts earlier, said anything that came into her head. Their journeys changed both the Stark sisters. Where Sansa gained more courage and grew bold, Arya learned to keep her thoughts to herself during her time in Harrenhal, at least on some occasions. Sansa never used to think much of the small folks, but eventually she saved Sir Dontos' life and started caring about others. Arya always used to get along with the small folks, like the butcher's boy Micah, etc. Even though she still has a good heart, at least in the books, she kills a merchant on the kindly man's orders, even though she couldn't find a reason why he deserves it, thus earning herself an acolyte's robes. Even in the show, she has now killed all the Frey men to avenge her family, but at least she spared these Lannister soldiers' lives. During her journey, Arya has had many mentors: Syrio Forel, the Hound, the Waif, Jaqen Hagar, etc. Even Yoren had taught her to say the names of the men she was going to kill every night before she sleeps. They all helped to make Arya into a great warrior. As for Arya's fate in the finale, I discussed in my Arya's death foreshadowing video last year that Arya might die based on some clues from the show. Even though I agree with both LL and Sean Kilacky's theory that it's possible that what the Hound said had foreshadowed what happened with Lady Craig, I still believe that Arya will die in the end. Even if Arya survives somehow, it's hard to see her marrying someone and settling down. As I had said in my Sansa's fate in the finale video, I think the task of carrying out the name of House Stark might fall on Sansa. Although, I still believe that Arya will be in danger at some point in season 8 and Nymeria will arrive with her pack to save Arya, although she might die in the process. Another reason why I think Arya will die is that Ned had said that both Brandon and Lyanna, who had the wolf's blood in them, have died because of it. Arya also has the wolf blood in her. Does this mean she will die too? What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Anyways, it's time for the comment shout out now. Today's comment shout out goes to Eric Rawlings, who said, "There has to be a follow-up visit and wrap up to what happened to Walder Frey and his men. It will be very interesting to see how the women will be at the twins." I completely agree with you, Eric. We will get to visit the twins in season 8. What I wonder is that, would they ally with Cersei against House Stark, or would they help the Starks to fight the White Walkers? They might not have minded Walder Frey's death, but their sons and husbands have died as well. Or maybe someone else will take over the twins. The Frey women won't know how to fight them. So, what do you think of these theories? Don't forget to tell us in the comments. If you like this video, please click on the like button below, share the video and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day. Bye bye. See you in my next video.